What is up, guys? Today we're going to be going over how to get Galarian Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres Pokemon Sword and Shield Crown Tundra DLC. So let's get into it. So to start this quest, you'll end up getting it from Peony. With Clue 3, you'll start in Freezington. You need to come all the way down across the river and then come to the big tree. You'll go to walk up to it, you'll get a cutscene. So whenever the cutscene's over, it's going to tell you that one's going to be in the Crown Tundra, one's going to be in the wild area. The other one is going to be on the Isle of Armor. We're going to start off with Articuno. So if you have stopped by the Watt Trader before, you're going to use him as a fast travel. So we're going to fly in. You should hear a cry. That means he's nearby. So we spawned in. He was above us. But he's above us, so we know he's going to that spot that he needs to be. So we'll just quickly race him up the hill and cut him off. So he is flying to the spot. And what you're going to want to do is drop down a save. What the save is going to do is let you be able to re-encounter him over and over. Because he is going to do a little gimmick. I think it's this one. That was it. Another tip is once you figure out the 3, quickly try and knock out a save. Because then if you do knock him out, or say you faint, you will spawn back in with him jumping to you. So now that we caught him, you're going to want to put him to 1 HP, and then I put him to sleep to make it easier. Now he'll be in the Pokédex. As you can see, he is added, but instead of Ice and Flying, he is Psychic Flying now, and his ability is competitive. So any stat drop is actually a buff, which can make it pretty difficult depending on what you're attacking him with. Now, one thing to keep in mind while trying to go after Articuno is he is shiny locked. All 3 birds are shiny locked in this game, and their base catch rate is around 3%. But let's get on to Zapdos. So now let's go with Zapdos. Zapdos is going to be running around wild area. Can be anywhere in the wild area. I have found that one little trick is if you go to East Lake Axwell and spawn in, sometimes he'll spawn right in front of you, so you can go to the right immediately and cut him off, which makes it a lot easier. So we were able to cut him off. Problem is you can't really drop down a save, but it is what it is. So now that we caught Zapdos, he's going to go into the Pokédex and join our team. So unlike his counterpart, who's electric flying, he is fighting flying. And one thing to note, again, is he's not able to be shiny hunted. You can get marks, so you could reset from marks, but most of his moves are fighting. So if you do have a ghost type, it does make it a lot easier to get him, since he wouldn't actually be able to hit you. But now let's get on to Moltres. So now that it's time for Moltres, you'll be going to the Isle of Armor. You'll be spawning at the train station, and you'll hear his cry whenever you spawn in. You see him. Now what you're going to do is you're going to run over to the dojo. Try and beat him there, because he does do a loop. So if you miss it, you just spawn in again. Follow that path. Whenever he's near you, you can throw out a whistle, and then he will come down and fight you. Could drop a save, but I'm not going to. And now you're fighting Moltres. So now we have Moltres. Now we have all 3 Galarian Birds. So now he does go into the Pokédex. And instead of fire flying, he is now dark and flying for his new form. So now to keep in mind, again, not able to be shiny hunted, can be reset for marks and stats, and each one has a base rate of 3 for catching, which is why I always used False Swipe to get him down to 1 HP and to put him to sleep. That did make it easier. Articuno, you want to have somebody that can change the weather to help get rid of the hail if you do run into that problem. Zapdos, due to him being a fighting type, you want to have a ghost on your team. because then he won't be able to hit you at all. So it makes it a little bit easier if you can get him down to 1 HP and put him to sleep. Moltres, who's probably the hardest to catch due to the fact that you really need to have a team that's ready, because he is level 70 just like all the others. But if you get him down to half HP, his ability will proc and it is Berserk, so it boosts his special attack. Then he does have Nasty Plot. He will use it if he goes Berserk and then uses Nasty Plot. He will pretty much be able to one-shot anybody on your team if they are not ready. But that's how you get all the new forms, all the Galarian Birds. So I hope you like this one. Leave a comment down below if you did, or what you didn't. Let me know what you didn't like about it, if that's the case. I'll catch you guys next time.